Hello all and welcome. And I am the mgtowphilosopher. And yes, the stupidity of women seems to know no bounds, especially when they're supposedly, quote unquote, attractive. A model tattooed her eyeball purple. Now she could lose her eye. Hilarious. Now, of course, you might say, mgtowphilosopher, you're so evil. You're so horrible. Basking in the suffering of some poor girl. Yes, guilty. Guilty. Yes, I'm guilty in basking in the suffering of some poor girl. Yes, suffering brought about by her own stupidity. Who gets their eyeball dyed purple? She's so brilliant, isn't she? Just look at her. And by the way, I'm looking at her right now. I don't see how she's a model. She looks pretty hideous to me. I mean, I guess that face must require a lot of makeup to look good. I don't know. Ay, ay, ay. And the tag of this picture says, Kate Gallagher first got medical help after her eye tattoo began to ooze purple ink. Oh, my God. And the story goes on to say a Canadian model. Canadian! Well, uber feminist, so she's a moron. The Canadian education system is probably among the worst in the world with the way they indoctrinate their kids. A Canadian model who attempted to have her eyeball tattooed purple. Who does that? Who does that? Who wants to have a purple eye? That's the most unusual thing I've ever heard of in my life. And by the way, wouldn't you think that's dangerous? Yeah, I'm just going to stick a needle in my eyeball and have them inject a bunch of purple dye. That couldn't cause any problems, could it? Nah. Her eyeball tattooed purple several months ago. Now says she's at risk of losing her eye entirely after months of excruciating pain and compromised vision. Well, maybe you shouldn't have gone in and tried to have your eyeball dyed purple. Kat Gallagher was already a fan of extreme body modification. Whore! Whore! Slut! And these extreme body modification broads are generally speaking suffering from very low self-esteem. That's why when you see them, you can bang them easy, but they're hideous, so why would you want to? When, she said, someone offered to stain her eyeball by injecting ink into the white part of the eye. The procedure called sclera staining. This is a real thing, by the way. Yes, there's actually people out there who get paid money to do this. Can result in a startling visual effect. Yeah, purple eyeballs will do that. That has gained popularity recently. Yeah, look at me. I'm an attention whore. I got purple eyes. I'm so insecure. Has gained popularity recently among those who like altering their bodies in unconventional ways. So Gallagher agreed and chose purple, her favorite color. But on the day of the procedure, something went horribly wrong. Yeah, who would think sticking a needle in your eye and injecting ink, dye into it, would go bad? Purple ink oozed out of her eye and trickled down her cheek. The next day, the eye was swollen shut and eventually became painfully infected. Nah, really? 3 weeks later, the internal swelling remained, and doctors told her she was at risk of going permanently blind in the affected eye, she said. Oh, you poor thing, you. And here's a warning she posted. Please share this as much as possible. Sclera tattoo. Whites of the eye tattoo. Look at me. I'm a victim. Feel sorry for me. Feel sorry for me. By the way, she's ugly. That's one ugly broad. I mean, if you take away the screwed up eye, she's not attractive. How's this broad? And look at the chest tattoos. How is this broad a model? Must be like some kind of tattoo model in tattoo magazines or something. Good God. Just hideous. The story goes on to say Gallagher began posting public Facebook updates about her eye on September 20th. So, of course she did. She wants sympathy. Yes, I'm a victim. I'm a victim, even though I chose to have this done and I knew the possible risks. Yeah, I'm a moron, but it's not my fault to warn others against the procedure. By then, she said she had visited the hospital several times and had been prescribed a slew of antibiotics and steroidal eye drops to reduce inflammation. Her vision in that eye had blurred and showed no signs of improving. She had it. Oh, was it worth it? Just so you could get attention, honey? There are multiple people who can attest that my aftercare was good. Any other part of what I'm saying, Gallagher wrote, but I'm not sharing this with you to cause trouble. I'm sharing this to warn you to research who you get your procedures by, as well as how the procedure should be properly done. So there's a proper way to stick a needle in somebody's eye and inject purple dye into it. Why don't you just tell people don't do it at all with anybody, because it's dangerous, period. You idiot. Gallagher has continued posting regular updates on Facebook. Of course, she wants to spin this into some kind of attention-seeking. I want attention. I'm a victim. Oh, so maybe you'll give me some work. Bullshit. Vacillating between resignation and anger. Her objective, she's repeatedly said, is to warn people against making the same mistake she did. But you just told them to do research. You didn't tell them not to have it done. What an idiot. And the one constant in all her updates has been her pain. Ah, karma. Be a cunt all your life, and there are consequences. The pain sits in along my socket and behind the eye, and it feels like something's trying to push its way out. Oh, boo-hoo. Yeah, all that freaking purple dye the person injected in your eye. That's what's trying to push its way out. She said in a Facebook video, November 5th, I woke up with less sight today. It's blurry again, so that's not the greatest thing. Yeah. Well, if your eye was supposed to be purple, and, it would have been purple, honey, If you were supposed to have dye in it, it would have been there already. As you can tell, there's eye swelling again. I'm not sure why. It's super irritated. No words of the pain, none whatsoever. Oh, boo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, we feel real sorry for you, honey. In a Facebook live session, November 17th, Gallagher took issue with the video she had seen online. The character Clara staining is cool, but risky. Risky is, I might get a scar for it, or it might cause a little bit of bruising. That's risky. Sclera staining, downright dangerous. Yeah. This video has me, so worked up. The whole point of me being public, the whole point of me telling my story, and the whole point of everything is to create awareness that is, right, okay, you're just trying to create awareness, not make yourself into some kind of poster child to get attention for your pathetically failed career as a model, which could be because you're ugly, is to help people realize the damage that could be done. More than 2 months later, Gallagher's prognosis has not improved. Oh, my God. Despite some hope early on that she could undergo surgery to remove excess ink from her eye. However, she claimed her doctors were unfamiliar with what could be done. Well, how do you know that? Because they're the doctors, not you, as they had never handled such a case before. Yeah, well, that's kind of going to be the case when you do something stupid like this that is new and is very experimental, dangerous, stupid. Turns out a lot of people don't stain their eyeballs. Yeah. Instead, a swollen layer of lavender had settled upon where the white of the affected eye should be. She'd spent weeks moisturizing the eye with artificial tears to combat a thinning cornea. If I miss a day and it dries out, it's very likely it can cause very serious sight losses. You're already half blind, dummy. As well as terror dissolve completely in that spot. Wait. So you could have got a surgery to possibly solve the problem, but you didn't? Well, why the hell should I feel sorry for you, dummy? This is what I'm talking about. Women are so stupid. They're so stupid. She can't even see the possible ramifications of her lack of action. Gallagher said she attempted to go in for the surgery without sedation November 23rd, only to suffer the worst panic attack in her life. What the hell's wrong with you? She got tattoos all over her freaking body, and she can't go in for a surgery? What? You're already going blind, dummy. The skip surgery meant she was now at high risk for eye loss. So you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, you dummy. You might as well go in and get possible relief, you idiot. Though she would still explore sedated surgery options, she said, why should I feel sorry for her then? I mean, even if this was through no fault of her own, which, by the way, I don't think anybody that does something this stupid deserves what they get, in my opinion. But even if it was no fault of her own, now she could possibly get surgery, and she's in Canada, so it would be free. What the hell's her excuse? She just wants to continue being a victim. That's what I think. This is beyond heartbreaking. I cannot open it at all without significant effort. But they didn't go for the surgery, you dummy. Gallagher wrote November 24th. What, are you afraid of losing the purple in your eye, you idiot? Yeah, it makes me so distinct and unique. But I'm blind. Since I've already been honest on here, I will continue to be. My hope is gone. I'm very close to asking for removal, so I'm tired of it. You're so fucking stupid. You could have went in and got possible relief, you idiot. Oh, my God, how stupid can you be? And, of course, now it has just turned into an attempt to make money. About a month ago, Gallagher started a GoFundMe to raise money to cover the cost of her medications and for transportation to her medical appointment. So she's a fake, a phony. She's just trying to spend this into a money-making venture. You dummy. You're in Canada. We know your health care is free. Maybe some of your medication isn't, but, that's your fault, honey. That's your fault. You need a GoFundMe to cover your medication. Just go in for the surgery, you dummy. I know many people don't understand the choice to get the tattoo the fundraiser stated, but the past is done. The facts are clear. I fucked myself up, and you people need to save me. Save me! I'm a dumb female who's gotten myself into trouble, and I need other people to save me. Big surprise. Gallagher did not respond to initial interview requests from the Post and did not respond to follow-up messages sent Saturday through her Facebook and GoFundMe. Oh, go figure. A woman doesn't want to be in a situation where she's not totally in control and could be made to look like a fool. Big surprise she didn't want to show up for that. In early updates, Gallagher accused the person who had tattooed her eyeball of misstating his qualifications and training and said she planned to take legal action. Of course! And she probably doesn't want to get the eye fixed because then she wouldn't have as much cause for action. The procedure, and of course she wouldn't be as much of a victim. And she couldn't spin it into some kind of fundraising campaign. And she couldn't be a victim, of course. What a loser! The procedure was done by someone who told me that they were experienced. Maybe he was. Gallagher said, you do know it's dangerous and there could be side effects and it could go bad even if it's done properly. Gallagher said in the set, by the way, how is that done properly? What's proper about injecting purple dye into your eye? It is my fault that I believed him. It is my fault that I gave in when they repetitively asked me to do my eye. It's your fault that you tried to get your eyeball dyed purple, you moron. Gallagher identified the person as her then boyfriend. Oh, well, the story gets clearer, doesn't it? So you didn't even pay this person. And she just happened to be dating somebody who was a tattoo artist, and she's covered in tattoos, and she likes getting tattoos. Does anybody know how to say user? She already has about 25 tattoos on her body, and it's very convenient. It's wonderful. So convenient that her boyfriend has to be a tattoo artist so she can get all the tattoos for free. And is undergoing another risky procedure to split her tongue to make it appear forked. So Gallagher said getting this Claire tattoo seemed like the next step. So getting your tongue cut in half to look like a freaking, I don't know, snake. The next logical step is tattoo my eyeball. Only a woman could come up with that kind of logic as the next step. But Gallagher hadn't done enough research and gave in too soon to the pressure from her boyfriend, she said. Yes, and of course, being her boyfriend, he, of course, had her worst. He had the worst intentions possible, of course. He wanted this to go bad, right? Yeah, come on. He obviously would have done the best job possible. And he was your boyfriend. What do you mean you trusted what he said about his qualifications? You didn't know the guy well enough to know what his qualifications were? It sounds like you're trying to blame him when you made a stupid decision. How can you have him as your boyfriend? You don't know about him. You don't know his qualifications. Gee, you sure trust him enough to give you all them tattoos. Goes on to say, during the procedure, Gallagher said he made many errors. He did not mix the ink with any saline. He used a large needle instead of a small one, which went too deep into the eye. And instead of doing several small doses, Gallagher just took one large injection during a 10-minute sitting. Okay. So he actually made some mistakes, but you went ahead with it anyway. You noticed these problems and you didn't say anything. I don't know. I don't understand why anybody would have dye injected into their eye to begin with. Story goes on to say body modification procedures, sometimes referred to as body mods, include anything that changes one's anatomy or appearance, from piercings to breast implants to foot binding. Oh, God, who would get foot binding? Who would do that? Body tattoos and ear piercings are perhaps the most common forms of body modification, but in recent years, more extreme procedures such as tongue splitting and, yes, eyeball tattooing have taken hold. You're a moron, honey. You are a moron. The American Academy of Ophthalmology strongly recommends against sclera tattooing. Oh, geez, a big surprise. Noting risks such as blindness or worse. The risks are there regardless of being done correctly. Medical organizations, how can it be done correctly? That's like, okay, I'm going to chop your head off, but I'm going to do it correctly. Well, how is that correctly done? Well, I'll use a scalpel. I won't just use a machete to hack it off. Who gives a shit? You're still chopping my head off. The result is the same. I'm a dead son of a bitch. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, I get it done properly, but the result could be blindness regardless of how well it's done. But there's a proper way to do it. Okay. The medical organization documented a case this year in which a 24-year-old man had to have an eye removed after a sclera tattoo gone wrong. Gone wrong. Having the tattoo done, it's gone wrong already. Putting any kind of needle in the eye is very dangerous. No, really? Philip Rizzuto, an AAO spokesman, told USA Today, we do this all the time, but we were trained for 12 to 18 years how to go about treating the eye. They do it? Wait, they do it? But it's extremely dangerous, they're telling you? Oh, my God. The story goes on to say, Luna Cobra. Cobra? Why do I doubt that's this person's real name? I doubt. think it is. Anybody named Luna Cobra is not going anywhere near me with anything, needles or whatever. An Australian body modification artist claims to have invented sclera. You have invented a method to blind people. Good for you. Clara said about a decade ago, even he has a warning on his website against getting the procedure done by copycats. I personally have not trained anyone else to do this procedure. I have appeared on various TV news segments, though, and have inspired many copycats worldwide. He said, this is important to know because without the proper education, training, experience, guidance, these practitioners cause vision impairments like blurred vision, spots on the float, and even blindness. Yes, people now are blind from eyeball tattooing. Yeah, I bet even if you did it, there's a risk, pal. On Facebook, Gallagher said that she had been in contact with Luna Cobra since her ordeal and added that though she said she respected him, she had no plans to undergo the procedure again. Well, geez, you could have done some research. You knew who the guy was. Why didn't you just go to him to get it done? That's your own goddamn fault, dummy. Just please be cautious who you get your mods from and do your research, Gallagher wrote. I don't want this to happen to anyone else, but just don't do it. I just don't get it done. I just don't get it done. There's a perfect solution. Oh, well, no. You're a body modification person, so you've got some kind of internal pain going on that requires you to change yourself so much that you're a totally different person from the person who suffered that pain and that trauma. Yeah, you're all messed up in the head. Yeah, but we're supposed to feel sorry for you. Get some help, honey. Go see a shrink. Don't get friggin' purple dye injected in your eye. So what do you think, people? Should we feel sorry for her? Should we donate money to her GoFundMe campaign? Should we give her jobs as a model? Even shows she's one of the uglier women I've ever seen. I don't understand how she could possibly be a model. Please let me know in the comment section of this video, and like and subscribe to my video if you are so inclined. And donate to my Patreon, because you know that, of course, YouTube is going to demonetize this video like they demonetize every other video I make. I am the MGTOWphilosopher, and I wish you a good day. Take care.